My name is Molea Matlou. I'm from Mokopane. Look, I'm an outgoing somebody. I'm a go-getter. I believe in nothing is impossible. Everything is possible, especially if you involve God. If you involve God in everything that you do, nothing is going to be impossible. So I draw most of my inspiration from the Word of God, you know, of which that's what I also do on a daily basis on my statuses. As much as I draw that inspiration from the Word of God, I also show it. Learning is not an easy to grow up, and we went through a lot, like a whole lot, because it's a town where we don't have things to do, you know, like, so we used to go out of hand. We used to be very, what's this word? I want to put it in a nice way. But look, Makhulering was just, it's a nice place, but it needs quite a lot of things. That's one of my goals, to make sure like I improve where I grew up, and I don't want kids of these days to grow up the very same way we grew up. You know, it has to be different from their side. Look, I grew up. I'm the only child at my home. I was raised by my mother and my father. My father was a businessman, so I grew up inside a business home where, look, the order of the day was to work, regardless. Look, my father had a chemical company, which they used to sell like your cleaning chemicals and everything. I used to work at that age. Would pack the bottles after they manufactured a certain type of chemical and all those things. I don't even know what it is. I don't know weekends away. I mean, holidays, like maybe I've never been even outside the country, because with my father it was always work, nothing else. You know, so Daddy has taught me that, look, he would always say, meaning that if you get a chance to do something today, do it. Don't say, no, you know what, no, let's leave it for tomorrow and we'll get it done. And I used to fight with him with that, because I would tell him, look, no, I'll do it tomorrow. He said, no, you have time now, you have 2 hours, use these 2 hours and get this thing done. When I started at the age of 16, I was still in high school, so it was just your small businesses. Like, I had a car wash by that age. Like, so you do just small businesses, funny businesses, selling stuff, selling caps, selling, you know, and whatnot. So when you go to school, you get education. That's where you start to learn that there's the reality side of business. I mean, where one has to register business. So I registered my first business at my second semester in tertiary. That's when I registered my first IT company, which was actually the best creation. But due to school and business, they don't go along together, because you have to choose side. It's either business, it's either school. You know, you can't combine the two. You know, because we were busy on the business side of things, but my school side was lacking. So I had to stop and close the business. And
you were still young, so you can handle it.
You get my point, yeah. So I had to continue with my studies, and then that's why I finished my diploma. Boiz Potties was inspired by a brand called I Love Soweto in Soweto. I was there, and then I saw people are wearing this t-shirt called I Love Soweto, I Love Soweto, I Love Soweto. And I was like, we don't have something like this in Mokopane. Because to me, everything is about my hood, you know. I would go and take things, then bring them into my hood, you know. So what happened is that I was in Soweto, I saw these t-shirts, and I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I remember I called the first person that I called when I had this concept that I wanted to run with. It was Kabelo Masuku. He's a graphic designer by profession. I told him, look, Kabelo, I have this concept, man, we need to work on it. I need your work. came and said, look, no, when we doing the graphic designing and whatnot, let's start. He started doing a couple of designs. But now, because Boiz Potties, the way I was pushing it, it was demanding more of his time. He was like, no, you know what, I can't do this anymore because I don't have time. I approached Juice Galerator. He's also a graphic designer. And then he's my friend also at the same time. So I said to Juice, look, man, come on board. I have this concept, whatnot, this, and we came with the concept. Juska designed a proper logo, Boiz Potties, the true and queer. Ever since then, that's when Boiz Potties was implemented. We started doing clothing, t-shirts, we started doing car stickers, we were marketing it everywhere in Matlou. Every event you'll find us, every corner you'll find us. You know, we'd sit the whole day, me and Fana will sell stickers the whole day. Officehub, it's a business that's 2 years old. Officehub it's everything that has to do with printing inside an office. You know, so that's how we came about with the name. So it's we do a lot of printing. We do weather paper, large format, screen printing, embroidery, like everything that has to do with printing, because we have other companies that we work with. You know, yeah. This printing thing started a very long time ago. Yeah. Especially when I initiated this brand, Boiz Potties. Look, I used to do a lot of printing from other companies and whatnot. So it came to a point where I said, look, you know, I've been doing this printing and it's so interesting. Look, it's so interesting. As an entrepreneur, I identified a business opportunity. I said, like, we don't have such a thing. Owned by a young black guy in our hometown. Why not? Why let's not do it? So I decided, look, you know, I'm gonna go for it. And it's been on almost a 10-year plan, because when I wanted to execute it, I wanted to make things proper. Like I wanted to start very big, so I had to raise funds, because I was never funded in this organization. It's own funded, like I finance it from my bank institutions, some of my profits and all those things, you know. So I decided, look, you know, it can take me 10 years, but when I'm going to do it, I'm going to make sure it happens. I faced a lot of challenges. Look, challenges of, like, you know, we work with machines. It's not easy to buy machines, because now you end up closing this side to open this side so that you can buy machines and everything, you know. So it was not easy, especially with buying the machines, you know. Because if I was funded, it was going to be very easy, because I would get funding, I would tell them this is the machines that I want, I'll get it. So I had to buy a machine one. Sometimes you find that I have this machine, I don't have this other machine, so I would outsource it. And when you outsource it, you know, you get delays because the other person is busy with his own stuff and whatnot. You're on the line, unlike if it was in-house. Always wanted to be a businessman, an entrepreneur, because at some point we argued, look, there was this thing of saying at college, when I did my business studies, it used to be Springbok, now it's called Waterberg FET College. We had a debate where we were asked that, are entrepreneurs born or are they made? And then it was two groups. My group was like, entrepreneurs are born. The other group was saying they're made, because, you know, sometimes you just end up you just fall into place with certain things, certain challenges. You just find solutions naturally. Not to say that you go and make a research somewhere, you just end up doing it naturally. You know? So I believe that entrepreneurs are born, not made. Most people don't get opportunities to showcase their skills in entrepreneurship. There's no workshops, there's no motivational speaking to encourage the upcoming ones that, look, it's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible. So, but one of the few things, especially with the brand Boiz Potties, is at some point we want to host like your motivational speaking to entrepreneurship, to schools, to, you know, but in a nutshell, like with entrepreneurship and business. We do events. The last events that I did, but it was quite a while ago, it was a charity event that we did in Mogalakwena. So it was when 2010. Yeah, so we're planning on having a lot of charity events in the future, because Boiz Potties now is registered also as an entertainment company. It's called Boiz Potties Entertainment. It's also one of my companies. So the company is going to deal strictly with events, whether corporate, whether charity, whether lifestyle, you know, everything. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's very difficult. It's challenging. So it's risky, you know. But if you're a true entrepreneur, you're not gonna have a problem to overcome those things, challenges, and you know that we face as entrepreneur and whatnot. Business is very spiritual. It's beyond what we think and what we see. Because you know, the most important thing as a business person, bear in mind, you're putting food on people's table, and they rely on you as an entrepreneur, as a leader in the organization and whatnot. So business is very spiritual. People need to involve God or whichever religion they believe in business. You can never do it all alone. It's highly impossible.